How's it going, Dave from Comic Book Investments? So, got a bunch of stuff back from CGC. Thought I'd go through it. All this stuff is on my website, collectorscomics.com. But let's get right into it. No point in waiting. We got the Spawn 193. What did I get there? A 9.8. So, pretty happy there. This is the sketch cover. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, this is, during that age when, there wasn't that many produced and sketch covers are super rare. This one is, in fact, not rare at all. So I don't think, it's not like the other ones around this time that they were like printed in like maybe the 500 to 1,000 range. I did a whole video on it. This is not like that at all. This is not a very common book. So don't think that because it's a sketch variant that it's worth a ton more, because I got a pretty good grade here. I thought it was, what number is this again? 193. I thought it was going to be a 9.4, get a 9.8, so happy there. It's 219 as a 9.8. Another variant cover. This is Turtles number 4. Turtles 4. Yeah, I keep on forgetting a lot of times. Thought B65 got 7.0, so happy there. So what this is a second printing. They use this cover, and then they use this cover for the video game as well, the NES video game. But they also have an air cover of this as well. So they have Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they accidentally printed that cover for Turtles number 4, the second printing, by mistake. So there's those airs floating around. They're worth quite a bit if you got the air, but this one's just the second printing. It's still worth a decent amount, $229. All right, then we got some like cooler stuff, some more rare stuff. We got this Dell Giant 48. This is the first, let me see if we get a picture. This is the first Flintstones. So that's kind of cool. This one, I looked it over again. There must be something going on with it. I call it a 7.0, but yeah, after looking at it, it's obviously not a 7.0, but it's not 4.5. It's just one of those things. Whatever. $4.99. Then we got this Jack Kirby cover art. Probably don't know this exists. Foxhole 6. This is extremely rare. Not that many on the census, just a handful. This is $7.99. Thought it'd be a 3.5, got a 4.0, so happy there. What is this? LB Cole? Yep, LB Cole cover. Came back great, I thought. $4.99. And we got some giant size. Giant size to me is always like a tough one to grade, because a lot of times there'll be things on it. Like there's this big, like, can't really see it, but like a crease. But that's just from the printing process. But sometimes it's like, is it going to get a bad grade because of it? Who's grading it? Newer graders might not notice that. I thought it was 9.6, got 9.6, $4.99. Then another giant size Invaders number 1. This got a 9.6 as well, and I thought it'd be a 9.6, $5.99. Cool Haunt of Fear with zombies on the cover. Very cool. And let's see. Came back at 3.5, thought it'd be 3.0, $7.99. I love these old horror covers. That's like my jam. Got an old Golden Age Wonder Woman. Yeah, she's always fighting some, a bunch of characters in the older. Very interesting art. Not really for me, but I can respect that it's interesting. Came back to rate, I thought $5.99. Then we got, a book I'm always surprised. So we got the second appearance of Hal Jordan, second Silver Age Green Lantern, Showcase 23. Now, obviously, I would just think that this came back to grade, I thought, $7.59. But for a 5.0, I think if you had a 5.0 of this, I could be wrong. If you had Showcase 22, it's like let's see, I think like a 2 was like 3,000. So a 5 has got to be like, I don't know, 15, 10 or 15. It just seems so low for a second appearance of such a big character. I don't know why. Star Spangled Comics. I think Batman and Robin are a story in this. No, this is the Last Tomahawk story. These end up sitting for a long time. Not very many people that are into this series to begin with. But this, I thought it'd be 8.5, got a 9.0. But this is, I think, the second highest grade. And there's only 2. Oh, I think there's a 9.4 and a 9.0 right here. This one, if I'm not mistaken, $7.99. But again, you might be thinking, oh, $7.99, old golden age, second highest grade from the DC line, not an obscure book. But that's what it is. What it is. It's just, not that supply and demand. It's not in high demand, so it'll sit for a while. But someone will come along and want to buy it. What is this? Strange Fantasies 13 came back 3.5. That was a 3.0, so $3.99. Overall, the grades were fairly well. I kind of liked them. Nothing too terrible. Let's move this around. Got a couple really good ones. All right. So I'll move this one back. Keep them in order. So this one's cool. This is like a little mini book. I'm not exactly sure where this appeared, but it's the first appearance of Bo-Katan and also the first Dark Saber. And if you guys watch The Mandalorian, you know all about the Dark Saber. But in any case, this is Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Defenders of the Lost Temple. I thought this would be a 9.2. Came back a 9.8, as you can see, $5,000. Yep. I mean, there was a sale like a couple of years ago. The most recent sale was a 9.6 that sold for like $2,000. So, but there's not that many sales of this. It's from Dark Horse. Got to put a Spider-Man up there. First Black Cat. Came back to grade, I thought, $5.69. What year is this? 79. Oh. We got the first appearance of Shuri, which I think will be the next Black Panther. There's a lot of rumors spreading around that there's even a rumor that Michael B. Jordan will come back. No, that's not happening. And M'Baku is going to be Black Panther, but I have a feeling they're going to go with Shuri. I mean, it would make sense with what Disney is doing, pretty much. Yeah. So it would make sense with what the MCU is doing, more female-centered. And plus, I like Shuri. I liked her. And so, I mean, it sucks that Chadwick Boseman is dead in real life, but it is what it is. I think he died of colon cancer? Prostate cancer. I don't know. Get those things checked out. I'm going to have to start getting checked out soon. I'm almost at that age. Came back 9.6, but I thought 3.19. Blip Comics. This is the first comic book appearance of Mario and Donkey Kong, the Nintendo people. And there's this guy sitting here. I think his name's somewhere around here. TV star Matthew. Couldn't even begin to say his last name. Like, I was talking with someone. I'm like, I wonder if this person even knows that he's on this cover of this comic book. Like, maybe when he first did the picture, sure. But I'm like, he probably forgot about it. I wonder if he has any. Like, I don't know. If I was on a comic book, I would definitely save that. For sure. I would get multiple copies. I think it'd be super cool. Anyways, 329. I thought it was going to be a 9.0. So here's a book that's pretty much dead. But I'll still show it anyways. First appearance of Illuminati. Yeah, this book is... I can't remember if I think I put it in one of my dropping videos. This tanked to the bottom. But yeah, 9.8, $199. I want to say, I think at its peak it was selling for like in the 400s, high 300s, somewhere in there. I want to say, but yeah, it's since dropped off. Now it's $199. Oh, how the hype kills things. And I honestly don't think there's going to be any chance of a Illuminati in the future. We got this Nintendo Comic Systems. I think I brought this on the show before. This is technically Valiant's first comic book. Valiant, the company. They made like Turok. They made, now I'm blanking on all the Valiant names. They were like Ray. They made, it was very popular in the 90s. Bloodshot, I believe. I think Harbinger was also on there. All that kind of stuff. But anyways, they started off with this. They started off with Nintendo characters because they bought the license, because instead of making their own characters, they wanted to license characters first. So they started with Nintendo. This was a preview in a magazine. I don't know if it says what magazine it was in. I don't know. So a lot of times it's always messed up. Harder to find. A lot of people threw them away. But yeah, it was a preview, and it has like a story from like Zelda, Mario, stuff like that, like things to come. And then the next book, their first official release was Super Mario Brothers #1. It's the blue cover with him flying on it. Yes, but this is pretty rare. Not very many available. Thought it'd be a 5.5. Got a 5.0. $10.99. And you can tell when something's rare, because when things get hyped up, like, the Mario movies coming out and all this kind of stuff, you can go online and see, a lot of times once things get hyped up, people are like, oh my gosh, I have a copy of that. So let me go check, oh yeah, I do. And they send it to CGC, it should come back. And then the whole eBay just gets flooded with millions of these. But there's not that many. I think there's 3 others outside of the ones I have, I want to say, I think. But yeah, super rare. That's how you can tell something's rare, because even though things like, look, it's a $1,000 comic book, there's not that many up there. If people had a $1,000 comic book lying around, they would have sent it out to get it graded, put it up for sale, unless they wanted to keep it, of course. But yeah, that's how you can tell something's rare. You pop up, what are the new Avengers 7? There's like 1 million up there, and that is why the price continues to drop. All right, we got this cool Mike Zeck. I always loved Mike Zeck's art. I believe it's Mike Zeck. Yeah, it should be. Yep, Zeck sketch cover. He has that like thickness about him. Like he puts it on Captain America, Punisher, really makes him imposing. Obviously, I'm sure at some point he's done the Hulk. But, okay. I believe he did at least a couple of the Marvel superhero Secret Wars. But I feel like then he wasn't. I feel like sometimes artists are forced, or they haven't found their thing yet, and draw other characters how they're previously supposed to be drawn. That's why, like, if you look at Spider-Man all the way up until Todd McFarlane really started taking over, and even like the first issue where he had on 298, it just didn't really. All the Spider-Mans just kind of looked the same. They kind of all just drew them how the previous artist did them, until Todd McFarlane came out and started drawing them right around like, 301, 302, stuff like that, and really started getting in there. That's when Spider-Man looked way different. So I wonder if Mike Zeck ever drew Hulk like Mike Zeck draws the Punisher. Not just like that thickness. I don't know. Anyways, I'm rambling. Thought it'd be a 9.8, got a 9.6, so that really hurt me there. 159. Gonna lose money on that book. It is what it is. She-Hulk. First appearance of She-Hulk. And I got a couple of these actually in. I thought both of them I thought would be 9.6s. One turned out to be 9.4, and this turned out to be 9.6. So the 9.4 is $2.99, and this one is $3.49. Getting towards the end here. We got this Super Mario Brothers Special Edition. So this is not the first one that you want. This is, remember, the blue cover. There's also a reprint of the blue cover that's called The Adventures of Super Mario Brothers. You don't want that one. I mean, you can have whatever you want, but if you want like the first, it's the blue cover. Anyways, so this is like the second. Thought it'd be 9.6, $3.99. Oh, and here we go. Here's a book super hot right now. Assad Ribic, I believe, is the artist. Yep, Assad Ribic. And this is Thor, God of Thunder 2, the first appearance of Gore, the God Butcher. I was about to say the God Hammerer. I don't. The God Butcher. I got 2 of these actually, 345 and 349. But yeah, super hot book right now. Like I said, you can go to my website, collectorscomics.com, and they're up there today. All right, and then this one turned out very well for me. Very happy about this one, because it makes all the difference in the world on something like this. So, you know, you get those ones where I'm very sad and I hate it. And yeah. And then other times you go, oh, yay, goody, goody gun drop. All right, so we got here X-Men 121. Is it the first full, is that what it is? First full appearance of Alpha Flight. They appeared in one issue before, 120, and obviously the Vindicator appeared in 109. But yes, I thought this would be a 9.4 to a 9.6, and I was presently surprised to get myself a 9.8. Now, this book has dropped significantly from its high during the comic booms. I think during the comic boom time, if I can remember off the top of my head, it was around a $3,000 book, maybe $3,500. Now it's $1,899. So, but still, I'm pretty happy. Thought it'd be 9.4, 9.6, and sometimes the CGC gods smile on you. Must have been, what's it, Bob the good one, the good grader over there at CGC. Bob's out there, you know, went on a hot date, whistling, said, you know, what's this? David's Books? All right, 9.8 every day. And that's what he did, and that's how I got my 9.8. It's a true story. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys like this video, and have a good day.